Hello friends, today we are going to learn about the interesting question of chapter number 14. The title of question is succession of plants. So in last video lecture we had talked about the ecological succession. So you know that the ecological succession is very important for the evolution as well as important for the formation of new species as well as elimination of the all species. Okay, so it is a one sub type of succession which is about the succession of plants. So in this question we are going to learn about the formation of a new plant land, means succession of plant. So in this question animal succession is not included, only plant succession will be included. Okay, so now we will go to the notes of this question. Succession of the plants. See, point number 1, plants found in different type of habitat, means in different type of habitat or different type of area plants are found. Some plants are found in very wet areas while other are found in very dry areas. It means it is possible that plants are found in both wet area as well as dry areas. So point number 2, see, point number 2 is very important. The plants which are found in wet areas are known as hydrarch, while the plants which are found in dry areas are known as xerarch. So two types of plants are there according to what? According to their habitat. Again, point number 2, two types of plants are there according to what? According to their habitat. If plants are found in wet areas, they are known as hydrarch, while plants are found in dry areas, they are known as xerarch. Now see, point number 3, two types of plant successions. So now we are talking about the plant successions. So two types of plant successions are there. First type, which is known as hydrarch type of plant succession, and second one which is known as xerarch type of plant succession. So again, you know that the xerarch means plants found in wet area, while hydrarch means plant found in the wet areas, while xerarch means plants found in the dry areas. Okay, now see, if we talk about the first type, hydrarch type of succession, it takes place in wet area. So what will be the place of this particular succession? The place will be wet places. Okay, now see the first point of xerarch type of succession, it takes place in dry areas, means this type of succession means xerarch type of succession found in only dry areas. So point number 1 about hydrarch found in wet areas, point number 2 about xerarch found in dry areas. Okay, now see the second point of hydrarch succession, at last means at the end mesic conditions will be formed from hydric. So you know that the hydrarch means from hydric condition at last finally mesic conditions will be formed, while in the case of xerarch succession at last, see, similar mesic conditions will be formed from the xeric. So xeric means the initial condition, and at last final mesic conditions will be formed. So point number 3 is about the types of plant succession. So point number 4, we can say that both hydrarch as well as xerarch succession lead to mesic condition. So what is the meaning of mesic condition? Mesic is equal to medium water condition. So we can say that the succession will be whatever it is, it means whatever succession it will be, either hydrarch or xerarch, but succession lead to mesic means medium water condition, neither too dry nor too wet. It means neither too dry means xeric condition nor too wet means hydric condition. So first 4 points are there. Okay, again we are going to revise first four points. Point number 1, plants are found in different types of habitat. Some are found in very wet areas, others are found in very dry areas. Okay, wet area known as hydrarch plants, dry area serarch. Okay, two types of plant succession, hydrarch and serarch. Hydrarch found in wet areas, serarch found in dry areas. Okay, whatever succession it will be, but the final condition will be magic. Okay, so this concept is completed. Now see the first paragraph of your textbook. Based on the nature of habitat, whether it is water means or very wet area or it is on very dry area, succession of plants is called as hydrarch or xerarch respectively. In hydrarch succession, it takes place in wet areas and the successional series program from hydric to the magic condition. It means at last magic condition will be formed. As against this, in xerarch succession, it takes place in dry areas and the series program from xeric to the magic condition. It means again see here magic conditions will be formed. Hence both hydrarch and xerarch succession lead to medium water conditions, which is known as magic, neither too dry nor too wet condition. Okay, now see next one. Now there is a very IMP definition. Definition is of the pioneer species. Okay, pioneer means main. So the species that invade a bare are known as the pioneer species. Okay, so now we talk about the example of pioneer species. Then we have one name which is known as lichen. Okay, lichen is one type of pioneer species found during the primary succession on rock. So you will underline this. It is one liner question. Lichens are one type of pioneer species during primary succession found on the rock. See, what are the functions of lichens? Lichens are able to secrete acids to dissolve rock, and they are helping in weathering and the soil formation. So these two functions you will remember for the MCQ. Lichens are able to secrete acids to dissolve rock and helping in weathering as well as the formation of soil. Then from lichen, bryophytes will be formed, which are able to take hold in the small amount of soil. Underline what will be the function of bryophytes. That they are able to take hold in the small amount of soil. By time, higher plants will be formed. Then stable climax forest community will be formed. Okay, so we can say that at initial level lichens will be formed. From lichens bryophytes will be formed, and then from bryophytes higher plants will be formed, and then stable climax forest community will be formed. Okay, now see point number 5. The climax community remains stable as long as the environmental remains unchanged. It means if environment remains unchanged, means if there will be no changes in surrounding environment, then this particular newly formed climax community remain stable. Point number 6. With the time, xerophytic habitat gets converted into the mesophytic one. You know that the at last mesophytic type of habitat will be formed. So see again these 5 points. First point is about the definition of pioneer species. Second point is about the lichens are one type of pioneer species during the primary succession on rocks. Then their function. Then from lichens bryophytes will be formed. Function of bryophytes. Then higher plants, and then stable climax forest community will be formed that will not be changed if surrounding environment remain unchanged, and at last we can say that finally mesophytic habitat will be formed. Okay, see this paragraph. The species that invade a bare area known as the pioneer species in primary succession of rocks, these are usually lichens. Underline lichens, which are able to secrete acid to dissolve rock, helping in weathering and soil formation. Okay, this later away to some very small plants like bryophytes, okay, which are able to take hold in the small amount of soil. And you know that the then stable climax forest community will be formed, and at last mesophytic habitat will be formed. Okay, now see, now we have a one example. It means now we are going to talk about this diagram. Okay, so see, diagram first, second, third, then again fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh. So we can say that at initial level it was the wet area, and now after succession the mesic forest will be formed. See here, so in primary succession in water, see wet area, the pioneer species will be phytoplanktons. Underline, it is one liner question. What will be the pioneer species in primary succession in water? Answer will be phytoplanktons. Okay, then you know that the by the time these phytoplanktons will be replaced by different type of organism, then it is replaced by the rooted submerged plants, replaced by the rooted floating angiosperm, replaced by the free swimming floating plants, replaced by swamps or marsh, meadow or shrub, and finally trees will be formed. At last forest will be formed. Okay, climax again would be a forest. So at last we can say that forest will be formed. With the time the water body is converted into the land. Okay, now see the diagram. So we can say that this diagram is for diagram number 14.5, diagrammic representation of primary succession. See here, diagram number A, wet area is there. So phytoplanktons are one type of pioneer species. See diagram number B, now submerged plant species will be there. Now see diagram number 3, submerged plant species are there, but now they are the free floating. Okay, now see diagram number 4, red swamp stages will be there. Diagram number 5, marsh meadow stage. Diagram number 6, shrub will be there, and at last forest, which is mesozoic type of habitat, will be formed. So it's all about the primary type of succession. Okay, now see in secondary succession. So first point, it is dependent upon what? Secondary succession is dependent upon the condition of soil. So underline this, condition of soil, first point. Second one, availability of the water, and third one is the outer surrounding environment. So it is one type of MCQ. Secondary succession is dependent upon, first one is soil condition, second one water availability, and third one is outer surrounding environment. And now the important word is that secondary succession is faster process compared to primary succession. Okay, so climax is also reached more quickly. So it is both type of succession. Okay, see the paragraph. In primary succession in water, the pioneers are the small phytoplanktons, underlined small phytoplanktons, which are replaced with time by rooted submerged plants, which are already given in the diagram, then rooted floating angiosperm, followed by free floating plants, then reed swamps, then marsh meadow, then shrub, and finally the trees. The climax again would be a forest, means at last or at the ending of primary succession you will get what? You will get forest. With time the water body is converted into the land. Okay, so underline this sentence, with the time the water body, means at initial stage. You know that stage number A, phytoplanktons were there, it was one type of water body. Now it is converted into the land, means forest. See second paragraph. In secondary succession, the species that evade depend on the condition of soil, first thing. Second point, availability of the water. Third one is outer surrounding environment. Okay, and also the seeds or the other propagals present. Since soil is already there, the rate of succession is much faster, and hence climax is also reached more quickly. Okay, so this concept is completed, and now see the last concept. So from this all we can say that primary succession is a very slow process. underline this one liner question. Primary succession is a very slow process. It is possible that it will take maybe thousands of years for the climax to be reached. So it is possible that the primary succession will be ended after thousands of years. Now see second point. All succession, whether taking place in water or on the land, will form a similar climax community, the MASIC means medium water condition. So at last main 3 points are there. First point is what? Primary succession is very slow process. Second point is what? Primary succession will take maybe thousands of years from the climax to be reached. And third one is what? In all succession, whether taking place in water or on land, but will form what? Will form a similar climax means final means last community, which is known as the MASIC means medium water condition. Okay, now see the last paragraph. What is important to understand is that succession, particularly primary succession, is very slow process, taking maybe thousands of years for the climax to be reached. Another important fact is to understand that all succession, whether taking place in water or on land, that proceeds to a similar climax community, which is known as the MASIC. Okay, which is known as the MASIC means medium water conditions. So this question is also completed here. Okay, so if this question will be asked in examination, then you will write only the name of these stages. You will not draw the diagram. You will write A, phytoplankton, B, submerged plant stages, C, submerged free floating plant, then D, swamp stages, then E, marsh meadow stage, F, shrub, and then last one is G, forest. Okay, so you will only write the names. So finally this question of the succession of plant is completed here. See, again the language of this question is very difficult, so if you are not going to get any sentence, then you can message me or you can see the video of Gujarati medium lecture. Okay, so you will see the video of lecture of similar topic in the Gujarati medium. Okay, thank you very much.